Well, hello YouTube. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and I'm going to do a short little video here, or at least I hope it's going to be a short one. But before we do, I want to say thanks to everybody who had the kind words to say on my last video. That went a little different than I expected. I expected to get a whole lot of flack over that video. And it ain't over yet. Somebody's going to say something bad. Anyway, we just got rid of the Grizzly lathe. Yes, I'm happy about it. And no, I'm not happy about it. I'm happy it's out of my way, and I can put my other tools back on the bench. I'm not happy about the fact that I didn't get what I wanted out of it. What it was worth is not what I got. So, you know, I got $1,200 for it. It was worth more than that. I don't care what anybody got to say about it. I had more than that in it before I did anything to it. The day I brought it here and had it out front unpacking it, that's how I had more than that in it. So since then I bought a drill chuck for it, a live center, brass to make the oilers, the steel for making the chuck lock, you know. I'm sorry, I don't believe it was worth what I got. I think it was worth more. But anyway, I got rid of it. But here's the focus of the video today. We need to take this rail off. And I just realized, just this very moment, looking at it, that I'm going to have to remove the headstock. You know what? No, we're not either. We're not going to take that pinion off. Or the ring that's up underneath here that the cross slide or the compound, or shit, the saddle rolls on. It goes from right here all the way up to right here, and it had a hard spot in it, and I had looked under this thing before, and there's a hard spot right there. Alright, so I got to investigating, and I'm going to try to show you guys if I can do this with a light. If I can find the flashlight I just had. We got that. I'm going to put you down here. I'm going to see if you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let me get my little poker. Well, it's both. It's a pointer and a poker. It's a pointer if I'm telling you something. It's a poker if you're not listening. Wouldn't I make a great teacher? Alright, let me set you guys on a tripod so that you guys ain't getting all dizzy. Now, if you guys can see, right here, I believe, I can't hardly see it because you guys are in the way. That tooth is bent over that way. So I'm going to try to get a punch or a chisel that's about the same width as this, and I'm going to grind it to where it takes on the shape of this tooth here. I probably already have one that's that shape, But then I'm going to put it in this hole right here. And I'm just going to lightly tap on it. And hope I don't break that off. If I do, you guys are going to see it first. So I'm going to get ready here, and we're going to try to do this. And you guys got a good look at it right now, I hope. I don't know how good this camera is doing that close up. So we're going to try that. So we need to figure out what we're going to do here. I can't get a chisel in the back side of that. I thought it was going to be far enough that I could get a chisel in there, but I can't. So let's try this thinner one. Nope. I can get it in there, but I can't get it in that way. Let me try a smaller one. So I got the small one that might go in underneath there, but you're only going to get the back side of it because the lead screw won't let it come this way any further. Unless I pull the carriage. I really didn't want to do that either. Well, one of the evils is going to happen, so I guess I'm going to have to choose to take the cross slide off. So that means I got to take the end of the lead screw off and take the saddle off. So I guess we're going to have to take the lead screw off. So we're going to take this bearing off, bearing off. This thing's not been treated rough. That probably happened, people moving it around or something maybe flying across the freaking shop. Alright, and make sure you got a plan as to where you're going to put it, and I already do. Then you make sure you take your drink of Oreos coffee. Now we should be able to just slide that lead screw right on out of there. Alright. Lead screw looks really good. And we'll just lay it right there. Now we got to see if we're going to have enough room to do a hit on it. Of course, we don't want to hit too hard, but we don't want. Let's see if we can find the best hammer for the job. We actually could use a shorter one. I may have to make something. That's the shortest one I've got. Well, there's a shorter one, but it doesn't go the width of the thing. You want to try to keep this the same width as this so that you're not bending that tube. You're moving it all at the same time. So, you don't want to twist because then you're sure to break it. If you go in there, at least you got a better chance of everything going back evenly. Now, I don't know how brittle these things are. I don't know if they're very hard. I'm hoping it won't break. I was going to put heat on it, but I'm not going to put heat on it. I can't take it off. I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that head clean off. That's just too much. So we're going to try this. It can't do more, make it better, or have to get a new one. So here goes nothing. Find the right tooth. Alright. I believe this one here will work. Now the question is, are we going to be able to get a good enough hit on it? I know it probably didn't do jack shit. My God, it did. That stuff must be really soft, because that shit moved really, really nice. It looks straight. I believe I got her. Let's just find out. Let me go ahead and put the lead screw back in it just in case. It did do it. That way I ain't got to take it back out, because it's harder to get back in when you got the saddle on it. Alright, so now let's put the saddle on. A lot better. Alright. Hold that for me. Alright, now let's put our tailstock back on it. Yeah, I want to put some kind of something here to keep that from coming off. I just haven't nailed down the attack, the approach. Alright, so now we put our cap back on it. You don't tighten that until you got this in place. While you got it off, let's add a little bit of liquid to it, just in case we forget to oil it the next time. Alright. Stick our screws in, or bolts, which are 9/16. And then while we're here, just for shits and giggles, let's go ahead and put us a little tiny squirt in it. Not much. And let's do our tailstock too. I'm going to tell you, that thing's got close tolerances. Alright. So, now we take and adjust this. So when you go to adjust that, you want to push this thing in gear, and you want to push the carriage the whole way forward as far as you can. Then you want to just hold that to it. You don't want to put pressure, too much pressure on it. Just enough. In fact, I should be putting felt in this. And I'm wondering if I shouldn't just go and do that while I'm at it. I think I will. Let's do that, guys. I'm going to put us a piece of felt in there. I've got this real thin felt, really thin, and we're going to make us a washer. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to use our fancy new table on there, and then we're going to set that spacer on there. We're going to draw that on there. And you kind of want to get the sharpest pen you can. And then we're going to go to the very edge of that. And we're going to draw as close to the thing as possible. Alright. And I need to do that same thing up there. Then we'll take and cut this out. And you want to cut on the inside of the line, so that it's not sticking out and looking all god awful. Alright, and then we're going to do the center, and the way I do that is I stick that on my vise, like that right there. And then I'll take this. First you got to clean all the other ones out that you've had in it from the past. And you know what those make good? Those make good feet, because that's the last thing I worked on was rubber. So there's 3 nice feet. Actually should be 4. Yep. Look at that. Wasn't even trying. And got 4 nice rubber feet for some like a little jewelry box or something like that. Or tool or whatever. Then we're going to take and cut that out. And we want to try to get it as close to the center as possible. So it doesn't hurt to take your time. Alright, so and there we have our washer. So now we can take and put our spacer back on it. Now we got ink marks all over it. I'm going to have to wire wheel that off. Alright, we got a slight burr there while we're here. Let's just go and take care of that. Find your burr, which is right there. And you're not trying to file a flat spot on it, you're just trying to feather it together. Alright. Somebody's already put a flat spot on it. See how smooth that goes up on there now? Then we'll saturate this with oil. Both sides. And then just work it in. Put that on. Then we'll put this back on. Wipe your hands off. Then you put your 2 bolts back in it. Again, 9/16. Alright, and then we're going to tighten that. Remember, we want to lock this down. Push the lead screw forward as far as it'll go. And then we tighten it. And now we've got a nice it acts as a seal kind of deal. And then I want to do these the same way. And I don't like messing with these. Simply because it's a pain in the ass. So there you have the pinion fix for the Logan carriage. And it might take me 5 minutes to get all that out. So I really like that table, man. That thing turned out really nice. Alright, and then we always park all of this in its home position. Alright, and then we're going to put our drill chuck back in it. If you guys remember, what a nice one, man. There's that. See, I don't like that. I want that thing to never do that. I really only need one. One on either, one on this side or one on that side. Just something to go up to keep it from going any further. I'm just dreading to have to drill through that and tap it so I can put a nice little, make it look like it was meant to be done. So another thing I would like to mention, this belt right here. Never ever leave this thing stored in that position. I'll tell you why. As you've got pressure on it, you're stretching it. And eventually you'll have to go in and readjust this to adjust it out so that it goes out further. But when you leave this lathe for the day and you're done with it, always reach up there and pull that and release the tension off of your belt. It's leather. Even if you had a rubber one, rubber stretches too and eventually holds its form. Now, I forgot to put the, probably wouldn't, it'd work better if I put this back on it. This is the way it was when I took the lead screw out. And then this goes on, there's a keeper there, or a keyway. And then you put that on there, and I'm going to tell you, it's really tight tolerances. And then this one goes on there with the small tooth, gear tooth in the center. And you see it's got some play. That's the way you want all of them. You don't want them too tight, because they're not actually machined perfect. None of them are. These are cast and then somebody put it through a machine and they didn't do a very good job most of the times. Then we put this sleeve on it, and basically this is just to mimic the fact that there's another gear on it. Let's say you wanted to put this gear over on this side. Don't ask me why you would, but just, it's just an example. You can put this on the center and that'll bring this over this side. So that's what the spacers are for. So now we get to tighten them all up. that one there. Wouldn't you know, you guys would be in my way. Get out of my way, people. Shame on you. Had about enough of y'all been in my way. Don't make me send you all home with no knowledge. But I will. And that one is a 3/4. And the other one was a 5/8. So you got 5/8. I mean 3/4. Yeah, 3/4, 5/8, 5/8. That's probably 13/16. A loose 13/16. Oh no, it's 3/4. But I already tightened all those. But everything's done now. Let's try it out and see how it works. Always spin your chuck. Tighten your belt up. I'm going to try something here. I want to try this other out and see how it runs like that. I think I'm going to keep it on that one for a while. I'm going to try that out and see how that works. I got my sticker off my other lathe and put there. It's a shame it got oil spots in it. If I can ever get my printer back up and running. I missed my printer, man. I can't do no stickers, so I can't send people stickers when I send them stuff. So I owe 2 people a sticker because I didn't have nothing but the blue ones that was printed on my printer that's out of one of the inks. I can't remember which one it was because they turned blue. So anyway, I want to print me a couple more of those big ones because I like to have one right there. I want to either paint that black. I don't know, that's going to show every grease spot there is. Of course, it doesn't matter what you put up there, it's going to show all the grease spots. I'd actually like to have stainless steel up there, and I do have some stainless steel. And no, it's not big enough. I do have the rest of that refrigerator side. I'm not real sure I got enough of that either. But that's got a texture on it, so if I use that, then my sticker probably wouldn't stick very good on it. Although this is textured and it's sticking pretty good to that. Of course, this is new paint, never had grease on it. So I hope that helped you guys. Oh, we're still waiting on a tailstock and a quick change tool post for the 109. I don't even know if you guys are seeing me. I bet you can now. We're still waiting on the tailstock parts and the quick change tool post and me making the base. I'm also trying to figure in some kind of chip tray. I don't know. Because there is a spot underneath that where I can put a chip tray. And I'll show you what I mean. You know what? We're just going to call this hanging out with bison. How about that? Let's just do that. I went today before he come to get the lathe and ground this off and this off, this, everywhere I'm going to weld. And then I'll just sand all that right there just to feather it. And I didn't get this side because he showed up. But I think that I can put, that would make a nice chip tray. But remember, this has got to go in there. So if I ain't mistaken, this goes in there right about there. I'm almost certain. So that leads me to only having a short if I'm in the right place. If it goes further that way, I'm golden. So we can measure this bad boy 5 inches. So is that right? I don't remember where I started from. We're at 22 inches. Yep, that would be right. So we're going to go 5.5 inches. So 5.5 inches in this direction is right there. So I can put this on there, and it's going to be high enough that I should be able to slide that all the way back to right there. Of course, I could probably just go to Walmart and get a shorter, the next size down. I think they do have one that's about that size. So I'd like to have one that, you know, covers from here to the front and hang out just about a 1/2 inch to maybe even an inch further. Something about like right there. We can go something like that right there. Because remember, you know, I never can find anything when I need it. So we'll just take and put that back in there just like so. And look at there. It's up high enough. Well, let's just hope we can find a shorter one. But I'd like to put a tip pan on this. I'd like for this to be a really nice lathe. Guys, I don't know where I lost you. Somewhere along the line of me recording, it said card full. I don't understand that. I'm pretty sure I deleted everything off of it the last time I used it. And this wasn't a very long video. Maybe it was. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this fix, and it worked pretty good. I didn't really want to take the saddle off, and I definitely wasn't taking the head back off. That's taking everything clear. You might as well be taking the lathe apart. So yeah, I wasn't going to do that. Anyway, you guys have a good one. Later.